Don't worry, you still need YouTube to get any information because, as the media proved time and time again, they're utter bias when dealing with President Donald Trump. Donald Trump attacked, verbally of course, Sadiq Khan earlier in the week, and he came out with statements like he called him a horrible and disgusting man and vicious. In a recent interview with Politico, Trump launched a fresh attack on Khan using these terms, described his performance as mayor as a disaster. It is. We've got no pooping in the street signs in London. London, which used to be a cultural capital of the world, and now we've got don't have a poopy in the street signs or you might get fined. I mean, they weren't pooping in the street back in Dickensian Britain, were they? Oh, we've evolved so well with multiculturalism. And it's done in multiple languages, don't forget. They actually put the signs out in multiple languages, but say it's nothing to do with unfettered immigration. He stated that London has changed. He has expressed his love of London, but said he hates to see what's happened to it. He called him a stone-cold loser in 2019, and he challenged his IQ. It just makes sense to me. I haven't read anything wrong. But what you'll find is CNN, the BBC, Sky News, ITV, Channel 4, the list is so boringly endless, putting it out as though it's a slight. And they've shared a video of Sadiq Khan having a bit of humorous banter back. No one's laughing, only the news journalists. The people who live around London aren't, because they see how it's changed. I mean, you cannot basically hear your own language as you walk through the streets in some areas. And, you know, I've said it before, with the government departments having documents printed in 140 languages. I'd need to ring the Department of Work and Pensions, and the first option was, did I want to hear the rest of the options in English? Press yeah. And then I googled about it. It said yes, most government departments offer 140 languages. Department of Work and Pensions offer 41. In any other country you go to, except for South Africa, which only does it in 12 languages because they have a lot of dialects, because there's tribal areas and stuff, nobody offers this array of documentation and translation. If you're in Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, Austria, and you want a translator because you're dealing with the health service, pension department, a government building, you have to provide your own. I know myself when I had to go and see the Gemeinde in Austria to, you know, let them know I was a new householder there. He proceeded with the whole 3 fact sheets that I had to understand in German, not in English. So there you have it. And this attack on the right will continue. It will get even worse, hence the situation with Nigel Farage, you know, overspending at the election time, 400 quid. How ridiculous. But the left are at it all the time. Interestingly, I came across something by accident because I buy wine from a wine company and I have it delivered. Dave says I should have it on a drip. And I noticed that they were doing a promotion, so I went on the page to have a look at it, and I thought, well, they're a British business, they're fairly local, you know, they're like branch managed, if you know what I mean, a bit like a franchise, but not. I'll give them some publicity on my Facebook page. And when I went on the thread, dear God, it was just wall-to-wall lefty activists from somewhere like, not hope, not hate, but not promoting hate. That's what it's called. It's a Facebook page called Stop Funding Hate. They've attacked big firms like John Lewis for basically advertising in the Daily Mail. So they've got the teeth into this particular wine supplier. So one of the activists said to me, because I said, did this supply great wines, keen prices, excellent service, polite delivery men, give them a bit of a, you know, testimonial. And he went, receipt, show me a receipt, like he didn't think I was a customer. So I did better than that. I showed him the box that the stuff comes in. 3 of these have just landed for Christmas. Cheers. So, you see, the thing is, I don't mess about. I just try and be honest. Hence, when I got that clusterfuck wrong with Tom Hardy, I apologised. It's the right thing to do. I saw it. I was probably just a bit enthusiastic because I like a bit of Tom. And when I saw what it had said about Keir Starmer, my Actually, there's a woman on my thread who claims to have been at the charity event, right? And she claims that similar to what I posted was said. I haven't shared it, but she's adamant it's true. I said, yeah, it's all right for you just telling me in a message. I put it out to 600,000 followers, I'll get bloody hammered. And I don't want hammering by Tom Hardy if he gets cancelled. So, and he's done amazing work for the veterans. He's stood up for the veterans and a few animal charities. So I think he's a good guy. But this, what are they called? I'm looking at them here. Stop funding hate. I mean, they're replying to each other on this poor bugger's thread, you know, Majestic Wines, just trying to earn a living. Don't buy from them. I won't buy any more wine from you. I mean, come on, have you ever seen a lefty that buys wine? A lefty activist. They eat bloody tofu, don't they? And drink in juice bars. They don't buy wine. They certainly don't probably slosh it back like me and Dave. I'm sorry, but I don't see these sort of people as being the type to buy wine in bulk. No, sorry, you're pretending to be customers. You're not. You're just doing left-wing activism on somebody's business account. I think it sucks. They're the people that are always sending complaints in about GB News, saying that they're promoting hate speech. You know, because GB News deliver both sides of the argument. And what kills me is the hate speech. They've never said a word about the grooming gangs. Not one word uttered, ever. That's the sort of people you're dealing with. You talk to them about that and it's like straight over their head. They don't even answer it about that topic. They don't even get involved. You know why? Because they've nowhere to run. Because if you really did hate things that were happening, that were hateful, you'd certainly have said something by now about the grooming gangs. But they don't, because it's disingenuous. They're just wanting their own way politically, and it's the way cultural Marxism creeps into society. And a new defection to reform. Ben Bradley, do you remember him? He was one of those former Labour councillors, I think, who defected to the Tories during the Boris election, where the Red Wall was created because all these Labour people were scared of Jeremy Corbyn. It wasn't really that they wanted Boris. They lent Boris the vote because they didn't want Corbyn. Well, Ben got a seat as an MP then. Anyway, he's defected to reform. Yes, he's a bit full of himself, but he's on the right side of politics, that's for sure. And he got on well with Lee Anderson, so be in good company. And it just stimulates others to come across. It doesn't really matter who you like. It's not about personalities. What moving forward, it's literally about who can possibly win. You can't afford to politicise your favourites. You might have your favourites, but you've got to pick the team with the most people in it, the team with any hope of getting anywhere is reform. This isn't me picking my favourites. This is me facing up to reality. Nigel Farage, whilst he's in politics, is the only one that can break through this stranglehold that we've been subjected to for 15 years. So there's my latest update. Still battling every day as I do. You never underestimate the efforts that you put in and the difference that you make, because people are talking. They're talking more openly about what's wrong. And even if they're not politically active, one day there'll be a ballot and they'll walk to that ballot box and they'll vote for change. And it's only coming in one colour, and that's turquoise.